Afternoon's finale, PEI Colt Stakes 2-year-old fillies Gold Division, $11,950 on the line. Great working with you today, Vance and Kurt. Up to you, Vance, for the call.
Royals Alley. Woodmere Jade, speaking of Chateau. Singing Ramona, Too Much for You. Marina Del Rey and Redland Miss Pretty on the gate. Top of the stretch. Here they come. Super Stakes Sunday, Summerside, finale time. The rough and pacing and Woodmere Jade is the first one away. Speaking of shadow, into the turn second. At the rail, Royals Alley is third. Racing from fourth as they move over to that opening eighth and get set to turn up the backstretch. On the far outside, picking up fourth is Redland Miss Pretty. On the rail, fifth, Marina Del Rey from the outside in sixth as they move along the backstretch. Racing to the opening quarter, singing Ramona. And at the rail, the trailer, that is Too Much for You. So they arrive at the opening quarter mile. Woodmere Jade and Miles Sr. there in 29 seconds flat. Speaking of shadow, around the turn is second. Now third is Royals Alley. On the turn fourth, that's Redland Miss Pretty. Racing from fifth as they move off the turn. Straighten through the stretch is singing Ramona. Now Marina Del Rey has six. And the trailer, that is along the inside, Too Much for You. So they're halfway home in the finale, led by Woodmere Jade. Second is Speaking of Shadow, going to the outside. Moving up third on the outside is Redland Miss Pretty. Fourth at the rail is Royals Alley. The opening half mile, 59-1. We're down to 3/8 left to go, and Woodmere Jade will lead to the backstretch. To the outside comes Speaking of Shadow now to challenge. Racing from third, Redland Miss Pretty. Upon the outside, singing Ramona fourth. Fifth at the rail, Marina Del Rey. Sixth on the outside, Too Much for You. The trailer after a break, Royals Alley. 3/4 in the books in 1:29-1. Speaking of shadow on the outside is taken over late. In at the rail, Woodmere Jade is second. On the inside, singing Ramona. Coming on now third. Down the stretch they come. And on the outside, the leader, Speaking of Shadow, singing Ramona, coming late. Here's the line. Speaking of Shadow and singing Ramona. Wow, the pair of them, they land on the line together. We'll need a win photo. The mile 1:58.3. Race number 14 goes under a judge's inquiry. Judge's inquiry in the 14th.
Okay, we're under an inquiry here in race 14, so hold on to all tickets. Wow, what a close finish here in the finale. PEI Colt Stakes 2-year-old filly Gold Division. It was Heffernan on the front with Woodmere Jade putting up the early fractions, but the hard closer here, it is McGuigan and Murner on the outside, Rocky.
Yeah, it was quite a race there. They went down to the quarter in 29. Woodmere Jade insisted on leading it, half in 59-1, down to 3/4 in 1:29-1. And they stopped the clock here today in 1:58-3. You can see, Speaking of Shadow, in the middle there, and the outside closing quickly is singing Ramona. It's close in a win photo. Woodmere Jade held on to third in here. And it looks like Mark Hamill with Marina Del Rey gets in there for fourth. But it is close, and it's not posted, and we are under an inquiry here in the finale. Hold all tickets.
The judge's inquiry involved the conduct of the 14th race just after the opening half mile. There were no violations. In the win photo, it's 3, Speaking of Shadow. Speaking of Shadow, on her way to the 14th race winner's circle, pacing filly 2 by Arts Peak from the Shadow Play Dam, Silver Hill Bunna, owned by Josh McDonald of Edmonton, Alberta, and Mark McDonald of Cornwall. The filly bred by Lee Gavin of Tignish. Mike McGuigan does the training and the driving. The mile 158 and 3. Speaking of Shadow, capturing a division of the PEI Colt Stakes 2-year-old filly Pacers Gold Division with the trackside presentation.